Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to my studio. Kathy Arbor here. Hope you're all having a awesome day. We're in the middle of a snowstorm, or actually a blizzard. They've now classed it as a blizzard. So roads are closed, snow is blowing, and very cold. So I thought today I would show you some of the art supplies that I have recently purchased from Amazon. And actually, this one here was from Desars Art, and that's a Canadian art store here in Canada. So I did get this Winsor and Newton professional watercolor swatch sheet, and I like getting these because I don't like to spend a whole lot of money. I'm very frugal on paint that I can't see personally. And nowadays, well, especially in my area, there are no art stores in my area unless you want to take an hour drive one way. So I got this one, and it's on watercolor paper. They're a little bit chintzy as far as how much of a dot they give you. I've seen better, but I thought we could try these out too and see what they're like. Because it's always nice to see how they react with water and have a physical product in front of you to decide whether you want to purchase those art tubes of watercolor. So they aren't cheap, especially the artist grade. So this one is how many? 108 colors, apparently. Yeah. And they also give you what size they're available and format, which is kind of nice. And they show the light fastness and the pigment classification and the name on them. Let's see if you can see that there. I've got a bit of a lag, so bear with me. But as you can see, kind of chintzy with the size of dot. Like, I've gotten some from Daniel Smith, and they were a lot better than that. Also, as all artists, we are always out on the hunt for the perfect gold or silver pen marker, or white is the big one for me. But I did see these chrome markers, high gloss liquid chromium. And they come in 3 tips. So a fine, so 1.0, medium 1 to 3 millimeter, and a thick 2 to 3 millimeter. And I thought we could test these out. I believe these are oil-based. Most chrome type of markers are oil-based. So, and you can get them, if you don't want the silver, you can also get them in the just the gold or just the silver. I think they also have a copper, but don't quote me on that. But very nice. Oh, they're all individually marked. And they do have a thing on them. Let's see what I can do here. Let's try these out first. Let me see if I can. There we go. Just turn them. I'm not going to let you sit there while I try and take this static stuff off. This one's, let's see what it says first. Waterproof liquid chrome, it says. Mirror reflection effect. Unlock, shake, 3 pushes down, and recap. I don't see anything else on the barrel of this, but let's see what it says here. Well, for handcrafts, projects, models, highly pigmented special chrome ink. Can go on plastic, glass, wood, and rubber. High gloss effects can be created on most surfaces. Shake well. Doesn't really say anything about what kind of ink. Permanent waterproof, highly opaque, scratch-proof, UV resistant. Made in China. Okay, well, I guess when we open them and I'm going to shake it. So what have you guys been doing? I hope you're having a good week so far. It's almost that big day. Santa's going to be coming. He might need Rudolph around here. So you better shine that red nose. Get ready. We've had horrible amounts of snow. We're supposed to get 50 centimeters today. And we already got about that last week. So I love a really shiny gold. I don't know about you guys, but this is that bronze aqua bronze by Schminke, the powdered stuff. It's nice. I like using that. And you just need a little bit. Okay, let's see if we can get it pushed down. I'm assuming you just, I know they say not to keep, bouncing them up and down because it does wreck the tip. But it's starting. It takes a little while for it to get down there. And let's see, you get a piece of paper. Take a piece of watercolor paper here. And we'll see if it's worth what they say. It's starting. Takes a while. This is the bigger nib that I'm using. Get it completely going so we get enough ink coming out all at once, or it wouldn't be a fair comparison to other things. Doesn't really have an oil smell. It's not really that. Kind of smells like a very faint nail polish. That's what it reminds me of, but hardly any smell to it at all. So that's good. So let's see. Must be some type of oil in it, though. An oil-based. But I wouldn't say that's, well, this is watercolor paper. So I would say it's almost It's a little more yellow than this one, but it has almost the same. Let's see what it does on a piece of paper. It's any different. This watercolor paper would soak in. Okay, it's a little more shinier on a smooth paper instead of watercolor paper. So that's nice. Yeah, I can see why they would call it chromium. And if you put it on probably a smoother, I don't think I have any out here, smoother paper like a hot press or cardstock maybe. Let's see if I can find some. Or here, let's put it on this. Yeah, it's nice. What do you guys think? It's fairly shiny. I don't mind the color. It's a typical, more of a green gold color. Let's see what the silver is like. What's this one? Where's the size? Oh, this is the bigger one. Shake it. They're easy to shake. The ball doesn't seem to get stuck. I'm just clearing my notifications. So that is that one. I don't know how long you should shake them, but what does it say on here? Okay. Then I just have to put it down, let the ink fall into the, this is the 2 to 3 mm's. Takes a little bit to come down for the first little while, but the nice thing about these, as long as you keep them recapped, they won't. Please keep the snow up there. Hey, CB, you don't want some? I've got plenty, and I do like to share. It's Mike. My son couldn't go to work today. They closed the roads, which is fine. I hate the thought of people driving in this type of weather. But when they tell the hydro people not to go to work, then it's bad. You're probably in warm weather, or are you getting that strange cool front that came in? I saw that Florida was really cold. No, thanks. It is 62 here right now, and I like it. Ah, nice. Oh, this is a really nice silver. You guys will like this one. I like it a lot. Like I said, you get them in a different let it go down a little bit more. Oh, these are nice. I like them. They weren't that bad priced, actually. So that's on there on the and I bet if you had a gessoed surface, it would probably sit on the top even more. See all that? Very shiny. So I think if you put it in on something that's not going to bleed through, see the oil does bleed through, but yeah, very shiny. Nice. So I like those. I will use those, and they come in the 3 sizes. Alrighty. And this is the gouache set I got. And I actually saw this from Lindsay, the Frugal Crafter. She did a review of it, so you can check out her review. So it's 42 colors, and they're 50 ml cups. And a good selection of colors. And I don't have any of the Hemi or all these other jelly cup type of gouache. I didn't want to get them because I don't use it a lot. And I find that a lot of people were complaining about having them dry out or they got all moldy. Which pens are these? That's the name. I got them on Amazon. You can get them in just gold or just silver, and I think they have a copper one also. And so I thought, when I saw this, it has 4 good snaps on the sides and a sponge on the top to make sure it stays nice and tight. And you can, this handle is really sturdy. I wouldn't be hesitant in using this to carry. Some of them are kind of cheap and I wouldn't trust them. It did came with this. Now, I put them in this order because this is how I like to paint. So when they came, they were in a different order. But they give you this little, I guess you put them on top of the lids. These are the lids. And I'll show you something. These actually have a hole on the bottom, so you can just put your finger and lift. See? All of these, and they're very sturdy. So the Naples yellow. So let's see. It's not exactly, although I'm not sure if gouache dries darker or lighter. If it's darker, then it probably matches pretty well, but we'll see. So they get these nice lids that you can put in back on, and they've got a little ridge, so they snap on. And each one has the plastic that you have to peel off, of course. And it's very thick. Let's see. Brush here. And I did make up a list or chart of what it is here. And I just thought it would be kind of fun. I'm going to use a Sharpie marker, and I'm actually going to put a line down here. So I'm going to paint over that line and see how much we get as far as, does it show through? Does it cover it completely? Or is it more transparent? And I know that all depends on how much paint you use. Gouache, depending on how you like to use it, I don't think there's really a certain ratio with this, but some people like using it watered down. Some people like it straight out of the cup or tube, whatever you're using. I'm not by any means a gouache expert. I have very little gouache, but I would like to get more acquainted with it. And so I thought, oh, very, very, very thick. Look at that. Doesn't even fill in. That's very thick. So that's the Naples yellow. And I wet my brush. Okay, so it's a little bit transparent, but not bad. So you could probably put more on. Yeah. And then you can just put your lid back on. And I just put it upside down. Here's that list. Let's maybe we'll put these on while we're at it. So that was nice that these stickers go with the whole thing. Oh, it's nice they have individual. Yeah, I think that was the biggest seller for me anyways. And I know Lindsay also was saying that was a big seller for her. And she really thought they were excellent quality. So if she thinks that, then I'm happy. And I don't want to. They were a pretty good price too. About, I think they were a little bit cheaper than the big set of Hemi. But here in Canada, everything's more expensive, as you all probably know. So what I'm going to use these for is my sketchbook. Then I have a big selection. I don't have to be having a huge supply of bottles or tubes of paint. And I can just pick it up and store it all in one spot, which I like. So I thought I would swatch these. The color is really nice. It's very smooth too. It's not, it doesn't have any kind of a drag, as they say. So that's nice. Put that one on there. Yeah, they kind of thought about everything, really, because they were, before I realized there was a hole in the bottom, I was trying to get them all out with my finger. So that was nice. I finally realized they had a hole on the bottom. I believe you can get them on Amazon in the UK too. I'm not sure though, but I think they said they have them all over the place. You can go on a website to find out more about them. The only thing they don't um, give is light fastness, but for me, it's just going to be in a sketchbook. It's not going to be something I'm going to sell, or, you know, it's for practicing. And so, and the huge container also 50 mil, that's great. So that's all I really need. And they're mixable, so that's what they say on their website. I trust her opinion. Yes. Yes. She's very straightforward. She doesn't do reviews and then have to say what they want you to say. She gives her true opinion, which I like. I saw a YouTuber just, was it a couple days ago? What's her name? Sketches and Scrubs, I think, is her YouTube channel. And she did a vlog about people that are getting these free, so-called free gifts from certain companies. And it's like a mass giveaway for this company, and they kind of saturate the YouTube all at the same time with all these people giving reviews about their product that they've been gifted. But she did a really interesting talk about how can you give a review if you're not allowed to say anything about it. It's not really a review then, right? So I thought, oh yeah, that's what they're doing. And then she tried to say, well, I want to be paid, because they wanted, like, some of these companies wanted 3 videos for a product that only cost, 40 bucks or something like that. She said, 3 videos, that's hours and hours and hours of work. Why would I do that for that product? I won't. And I guess it depends on how you feel about, is it worth it? For me, no, I wouldn't. I would rather be paid a good amount of money if they wanted my hard work of making all those videos. Now, I'm sure Lindsay doesn't do them for free, but she has a huge channel, whereas this lady, well, she had not huge, but I don't know, what was it, 20,000 or 28,000, something like that. So I guess it depends on how big your channel was. But it was a real interesting, that I never really thought about. Like, I knew about, Tim Holtz stuff and that. They give them free stuff, but they still have to do their videos. Probably have to show it to them beforehand, before it goes up, just so that it gets the right review. So makes you wonder, how much are you going to trust the person that's reviewing it? That's why I like Lindsay, because she's a big enough channel, and I've heard her talk about how she works with companies, but with not for free. It's like they pay her. And I think she did a video on it saying that she only works with companies that allow her real opinion on the product and not something that they want you to say. So I thought that was quite interesting. I really like them. Look how bright the colors are. And they are very, I haven't found one that's, um, watery. They're all really, really thick. Oh, there it is. That's a beautiful red. Wow. This is crimson. No, scarlet, sorry. Wow, gorgeous. And they're actually not bad as far as opaqueness. Maybe I'll get a Holbeiner or something out, test it, see if there's any difference in the opaqueness. I just dropped the lid. I'm gonna go find it. There we go. Does anyone else do gouache, and what kind of gouache do you like? Do you like these Hemi type gouache? Okay, scarlet. Now that does not represent, this color does not represent scarlet to me. So I might probably go back and make my own. If you want a true swatch. Or, well, I could use this too, although I put it in a book. I'll probably make another one. So I don't like to have to leaf through my sketchbooks to find the swatches, but probably make another one just so that I can see them. Look how thick they are. Oh, that was smart. Wouldn't be me. I didn't have a mess somewhere. Most of the time it's on my sleeve, so I'm lucky. Why I don't have very many good shirts. They're all paint. Just, I don't know, I just can't seem to keep my arm out of it. Okay. This one is apricot. That's more of a skin tone to me, but I guess you could say it's apricot. Should. I do like the colors. They have really nice colors. They are really quite thick, but they're creamy. I don't know how to explain it. He sends a lot of product to his design team, but they have to do videos as well as send him makes using the product in time for his release of new stuff. Yeah, but still, if you consider all the time that they do, it would have been cheaper for them to buy the product themselves. Unless they're getting a good amount of people, subscribers on their own account, like their own channel, maybe. Maybe that's why you would want to. I don't know. They're kind of, I don't know, taking advantage of artists is what I'm saying. Oh, apricot. This one's Prussian blue. It's very pretty. Nice blue. Exactly what I would call Prussian blue. And it goes quite far with what you put on your brush. And it doesn't leave, it's not really streaky, which is good. Haven't used them, but own some. Yeah, I know. I know what that's all about, CB. You had to have it, right? You see all these fantastic paintings everybody's doing. So you gotta have it. It's full set syndrome. This is, whoa, this is very, very low. This is mauve. It's quite shocking. And now this one looks like it could use a little bit of, see, it's kind of got a film on it, like water. Let's see. Might have to stir this one up a little bit. It's my knife. Yeah, it's a little watery. So take the lid off. Pretty color though. The cups are really awesome. They're not cheap, flimsy. Use up the color, of course. At least not whatnot. So this was mauve. And they're pretty good as far as opaqueness. And I think the only one that's a little bit streaky is this pale yellow one. Put that on. Now when the paper's off, they're a little bit wiggly. For sure, everyone else has them. I must need them. Yep. And this is a pretty. This one's pale mauve. Oh, this one's okay. It doesn't need any kind of stirring. Yeah, I've got some different types of gouache, like from Holbein, I have the acrylic gouache, but not full sets. Just I bought the primaries in a black and a white, so I can use it for blend my own colors if I want, because I didn't know whether I'm gonna like it. So there's no point in buying a huge set. But I like using gouache, so this is why I bought this one. It is a different way of painting, though, I must admit. Because this squash, like when you're using regular gouache, you have to be careful on your second layers because it will lift your previous layer. So that's a little hard getting used to when you're used to watercolor or acrylic paint, which I am. But like anything else, it's all a matter of practicing and getting used to the ways of using it. Same with paper. I find if you're an artist that paints a lot and has great ideas, then you should be able to work with that paper. And that's what I find. Especially when you're just practicing. If you know what a good paper is going to do, then you know if you found a pattern or you've drawn something up that you know you're going to paint for commission or whatever, but you're not sure on colors or whatever, and you want to paint that a few times, why would you spend a fortune on paper if you're not going to, if it's just practice? You know what I mean? Like, I think it's all in how much you do and practice, and you can paint on anything. You just have to do enough practice, and it saves you a whole lot of money. I do a lot of stuff in sketchbooks, and none of my sketchbooks are watercolor sketchbooks. They're all classed as sketchbooks, but you adjust how you use that product to adjust to the paper you're using. And you become a better artist for that. Because if you can do that, I find you can paint on anything then. And being a mixed media artist too, that's important. Because every medium goes on differently. So there's no real paper that's going to be perfect paper for mixed media. Kathy, I need to run and trash out before it gets dark. Be right back. Okay. This one is rose red. And this one seems more of a magenta to me, but I find they don't stick to the typical color names that you normally see on artist grade paints. Once in a while they'll do like umber or something like that, but a lot of this usually will have a made up name that they like. But that doesn't really bother me. That's more of a magenta to me. Nice though. Okay. I like that they gave you these though, even though they're not exact. This one's Not too bad, but once these are dried, maybe they'll be a little closer in the color, but oh, wrong way, wrong spot. There. Okay, this one is Cadet Gray. It's kind of like a nice blue, more of a gray blue, I guess, or teal blue, teal gray blue. But the only one I've found with a little bit of liquid on the top has been that mauve. So this one's, so far, they're excellent as far as consistency. I really like how they go on. And they don't have any kind of sheen at all, which is nice. Very, very matte. And that's what I like, because being a mixed media artist, I like to use a lot of colored pencil on top. I don't necessarily ever with gouache or some craft paint also is fairly matte finished, but I like to use different mediums on top, even pen work or pastel. Back. We couldn't put our garbage out today because the roads were closed, so we're gonna have to wait. Well, my son's he works at the dump, so he'll just take it with him on Saturday. It's one good thing about him working there. It doesn't cost me anything. Well, let's just go across, I guess. Lily green. None of them were spilt or anything, so they do seal them quite well. This is a bright green. It's almost a fluorescent green. It's so bright. Oh, I didn't put the lines in. Well, this one would be probably very see-through. Green. Light emerald. See, that's, to me, that's more of a pistachio green. I think I'm gonna enjoy using these. Tend to right now with my dogs. I have 2 senior dogs, and they're kind of needy right now because they're getting old. They have cataracts, and the one is deaf, so she's kind of insecure. Doesn't like it when I'm leaving anywhere. So, and she hates it downstairs. I don't know why my dogs don't like to be down here, but don't. So I like to do a lot of my stuff in the dining room table. And then they just sleep on the couch. Kathy, I need... Oh, okay. Already saw that. I try to take as much of the water off my brush. So this one is dark green. Oh, I put it on the wrong one, you silly girl. Oh, I knew I would do that. Can I put it over top? Maybe I better wait for that one. We'll test it. I always do that. There's got to be a mess up somewhere. So let's keep that. While that dries, we'll put on the sand color. And we'll test how they go over top of each other once that one's dry. I do a mess up somewhere. And usually it's my sketchbook. I do in almost every sketchbook, I do an upside down page. But it's a sketchbook, so it doesn't really matter. And this is why sketchbooks are great. They don't cause you stress because it's just a sketchbook. It's just for you. You don't have to show it. Olive green. We'll do that one. Olive green is this here. But it goes on really nice so far. Olive green. Yellow ochre. Yeah, that's a yellow ochre. The color is good on that one. Now this one's got a little bit of water or whatever it is, binder in the corners. So let's stir this one up a little bit, mix it. Okay. Just use what's on there. Ochre. So are you all ready for Christmas, CB? I had to order. It's been terrible here. I had to order everything online because of the weather. And then I had to make sure that they were going to UPS it because our postal strike is still on. So couldn't order anything from the States because they use our postal service all the time. So would have got lost. And matter of fact, with the UPS, because they're so overworked because of the strike, they lost 3 of my orders in 1 week. It was crazy. Okay, burnt sienna up here. And one of them was a an element for my oven because my element in my oven snapped. So I had to order that. I had to order that 3 times. They lost it twice. And then it comes and I find out it's the one that they lost the first time that they refunded me for. Like, oh my God. So I sure hope that the strike is over soon. This one is, what was this again? Where did I put the lid? Lid. Oh, there it is. This is burnt sienna. So it's been a crazy December. So do I, almost everyone. Wrong place? No, they got lost. They just lost it. No one. I was proud that I got my cards off. My mail center won't even take mail headed. Yeah, I know, because they're so backed up. They're what they call rolling walkouts. So they're not completely shut down, but enough that it's gonna back up everything. So there's no point in even trying to mail anything. And I don't know how long it's gonna be, but okay. Sand. Oh, that one should go there. Oop. I put it in the wrong spot. Ochre goes there. So I just got my oven element put in yesterday after 3 weeks without an oven. It was crazy. Okay, oh, green. Okay, I did something wrong here. Okay, that's the dark green that I did wrong. Okay. Lily green, yes. And then this one was supposed to be in this area. So let's see if this works. I put a little bit of water on my yeah. It's not lifting up. Well, that's good. Because I know a lot of them, you could hardly touch them and they will start lifting. No. I'm kind of overworking it now. But not bad. Should have had a little bit more water on my brush. So that's not bad. All right, I'm happy. That was the dark green. Not real. It's more on the blue side though. Then light emerald. This was burnt sienna. I'm all screwed up now. I know I screwed up with the listing these two. So this one is sap green. There's sap green right there. Sap green, emerald green. It's there. Oh, that's what it was. I'll do the emerald green over again. Duh. I put it in the wrong spot. All right. This goes here. It doesn't take much to confuse me. All right, that goes there. And this one, pale green. This one is sap. This one is sap green. And this is more, to me, is more an emerald green. Or cadmium, or not cadmium, chromium green. It's not a sap green to me, but it's got a little bit of fluid on the top also. So that's what, 3 that had a little bit of separation. But that's a little streaky, but probably because of the separation. So let's take that off. And where did I put it? Oh, there it is. Let's mix it up. It's still thick though, but there was a little bit of separation going on. May as well mix it while I think of it. Now I did get a few other supplies, but stocking up basically. They're nothing new, like some acrylic paint from our different types of acrylic paint in the tube for painting. Apple green should be ash blue. Yeah, what did I do here? I've really messed this up. No, I'm not going to worry about it right now. I won't drive you guys crazy too. So this is apple green. I don't know, I put something in somewhere wrong. I'll have to fix it. This is nice. This is more like a I would call that more of an apple green. Apple green. Or seafoam green, maybe? But they all go on so nice. I would, so far, I would say go for it. I like them. If you're one for, especially if you like jelly cups like this, have a lid. Sky blue. That's a nice color. Okay, ash blue. Where did I put sky blue? Oh, there it is. Sky blue. This is very opaque, as that covered that black line up. Actually, a lot of them, once they dry, they're more opaque. A lot of these are completely covered. Interesting. So opaqueness is really good on these. I did see some people using the Hemi, and they didn't seem to be very opaque to me. I don't know. I could be wrong. Ash Cadet. Okay. Cadet. Sky blue. There. That was apple green. Let's do spring green. Good thing I'm putting the labels on after, or I'd be really messed up. These are on pretty good. Well, this one's got a bit of separation in it. And this is spring green. Spring green. Nice. It's a pretty color. Stir this up too while I think of it. It's still thick though, like really thick. Green. I wouldn't call that green though. Well, I guess you could say it's green. Let's do pale green. That's not pale green to me. That is, I don't know. It's not pale green. And it's got some separation too. Let me know if you guys like this type of video of swatching and opening up new supplies. Although I'm not going to be doing a whole lot in the future because depending on what goes on with the tariffs, I'm thinking that it's going to get a little bit tough. So I bought all the stuff that would be coming from the United States before Trump gets in. Pale green. So who knows what's going to go on. Crazy governments in the world. They're all, I swear, they're all gone crazy. Just get along. That's all I want. Just get along and mind your own business. This is Cameo Brown. This is kind of a mauve brown, I would say. I have a colored pencil I like to use in skin tones with this color. Get rid of my notifications. We don't like the idea of tariffs either. I know, because it's not gonna. The thing is, it hurts both sides, not just one. So that's crazy. I just like the whole world to just calm down. Stop. Get another paper towel. This is burnt umber. Yeah, I would say this is a burnt umber color. Let's use what's on there. Nice burnt umber. I use a lot of burnt umber, actually, for birds and trees, that type of thing. Animal fur. It's a good color. It's a natural color for wildlife. Okay, burnt umber. Black. Has anyone heard from Eileen? I haven't seen her around at all. I was kind of worried about her. I know she was on Kathy and Colleen's for a while, but I haven't even seen her on there. So if anyone knows, leave me a comment because I'm just wondering about her. This had a bit of water. This is just black, so I don't know if it's carbon black or Mars black. A lot of times blacks will have other colors in it. So depending on your mixing, if you want to mix or tint it with a black, you have to be careful because a lot of times it can change your color drastically because it's got another color in it. So test it first before you go ahead. There it is. I saw Eileen in chat this past Monday. Oh, did you? Okay. Thanks, CB. Just wanted to know. That's a good black. It's nice and thick. It's very, very powerful too. Black. I'll take that light green one out. light or yellow green light. Very similar to these two. It's a pretty color. I would probably use this in tree leaves. The sun shining on them. So that one goes there. A little bit on the transparent side, I think, but still pretty. We'll see how it dries. Yeah, it's a little different. So far, they've got a really good range. I like to have a light, medium, and dark of the different color ranges. So to get a gold star for that, for sure. This is yellow green. Very similar to that one. Let's see. Oh, I may as well put that on the lid. This is tough to get open. Okay, I'll use what's on the lid. My hands are a mess. Yellow green. Oh, it's very pale and transparent. It's almost neon. Wow. Very similar to this one, lily green. So I think they could have skipped that color. It's the only one that's too close to another color. That's pretty good though, for 42 colors. It's like colored pencils when you buy big sets. Some of the colors are so darn close you can hardly tell. This one is clear blue. And I had, of course, a mess on there. So let's the thick layer. It's a pretty color. More an aqua or a teal, cobalt teal color. So we'll take that one off. Clear blue. I wouldn't have called that clear blue, but whatever. Like I said, they got some strange ideas of colors. Light gray blue. See, now I would say that is, I don't know if it's showing. That to me is a light mauve. That isn't blue at all to me. It's a pretty color. Don't get me wrong. But not light gray blue. And the sticker doesn't match it at all. I'll have to take a look at the stickers once these are dry. See if they've darkened at all. This is ultramarine. That's pretty good. Not bad. ultramarine. Very, very pigmented, these. That's the one thing I do say. Pigmentation is awesome. Lovely. Ultramarine. There we go. Cobalt blue. Very, very, very similar to that one. I don't know. That one might be too similar. But I use a lot of ultramarine to mix other colors, so it won't get wasted. Oh, the other thing I wanted to tell you about these paints. If you run out of a color, you can buy the individual ones. You don't have to buy a whole set again. That's another plus, big plus. I really dislike buying a set if you can't get open stock. And you can get open stock on these. So that's awesome. Because I know on the Hemi, I think you can get it, but only if you live in, what was this again? Cobalt. Only if you live in Europe. Because they come from, is it Japan or is it China? I can't remember. Yeah, look how similar that is. Like, that's hardly any. I can't see any difference, really, to tell you the truth. So that one's a no. Now this one is cerulean blue. I was going to say a light lilac. Oh, this gray blue one? Yeah. Yeah, that would be a good description. Kathy, thanks for showing these. I need to go fix something to eat. It is really good to see you live. Great. Great plus. Oh, thanks, CB. Have a good dinner and a good evening and a good weekend. Thanks for coming. So this is cerulean blue. That's really thick, really opaque. I like that color. It's nice. And blue. Okay. I think that I have done them all. Yep. Awesome. Pale green. Why didn't I do that one? Missed this one, I think. Sap green. Hope I missed it. Didn't blub up something again. I'm gonna. Where's a piece of paper? Is it this? see. Well, I guess it's a little different. Must have forgot to put this one in. Pale green. Oh, that's what I did. I had it in the wrong spot. That's why. It is very, very similar to, well, I guess it's not too bad. Ash blue, I forgot to do. Okay. Pale ash blue. That's more of a periwinkle blue to me. Pretty, one of my favorite colors. Okay, where is it? Ash blue. Yeah, that's a periwinkle blue. Beautiful. Okay, what do you guys think? I really like them. They're not watery at all. And they're not jelly. I wouldn't call these jelly gouache at all. Because they have more of a heavy body acrylic paint texture to them, to me. Okay. Well, it's not bad. They're a little bit off. I guess they're close enough, I guess. Let's see, yeah, once they dry, they're not bad as far as the color. Let's try this. I didn't do the titanium white. So let's try it on this to see how opaque it is. May as well. And this has got a little bit of pigment or binder. I gotta clean make sure it's good and clean. Don't want to mix that one with something. No, it won't have white. Here. It's fairly thick, so yeah. I like it. I think they're great. This was kind of a more of a, oops, it has some paint on it. More of a cream colored paper. And they do dry a little more opaque once they're fully dry. So that's interesting. All right. Well, I'm pleased with these. So 50 mil, open stock when you run out. Nice carrying case, individual lids, which is one of the bigger selling points because they don't dry out as much then. Nice thick consistency. Yeah. I think they're worth the money. So you can get them on Amazon. I'm not sure what they are in the US. I can't even remember what I paid for them in Canada. I think it was 40. I think it was 46 or something like that for Canadian. And I think it was 36 for the US. So don't quote me on it though, but somewhere around there. But yeah, perfect. I'm really pleased with these. And nice big lid, sponge, nice, so you can clip it so it stays nice and first you gotta get your lid on properly. There. Nice handle. So yeah, I like them. And then, of course, I should have done this before. Here's all the colors. So a little finger push through to get them out. Perfect. All right, so that was a good buy. And they're cheaper than the Hemi, too. And I think the Hemi gouache has got less paint in them, if I'm not mistaken. So it's a good one. I'm glad I found them. So if you're wanting to know a little bit more about them, Lindsay, the Frugal Crafter, did a review. You can check her out. I think I'm going to do these just because I want to figure out how good they are. What kind of brush do I want to? A little bit of a here's one. So I should try them. I should have clean water. Oh, yes. Don't try and use dirty water. So, what time is it? Yeah, I'm going to get some clean water and then I'll be right back. Okay, clean water. Let's do this again. Oh, these are nice. Well, I always find though the yellow always moves nice. Doesn't matter what the brand is. But this is a good way of, if you're just starting out with watercolors and you're not sure what colors to get or brand to get these dot cards. They're roughly around, depending on where you are. I think this one here was $25. I know it's a little bit pricey, but it's worth the money. So you can just decide the colors you want, because You don't need all of these yellows. They're so similar, it'd be crazy to buy them. Um, or if you have a couple brands that you really like, um, maybe you want the granulating in one brand and certain colors in another brand. That's the way I work. I'll find a color I really like to use, and maybe Daniel Smith has it, and only Daniel Smith will carry that particular color, and maybe the granulation of that color is something that you really like, or maybe you don't like granulation. Because not all of them will. Oh, that's a really, wow, potent on that one. And you get to basically try them out. See how quickly they move. That's a pretty color. These re-wet really nice. But they're very, very similar. Like these three are so similar, I would only get one. Same with this one. It's too similar. I don't see why, like I can hardly tell the difference. And this one, it's almost like well, this one's a little bit more pink, but it's good to see what they're like so you can make a more realistic decision on seeing it in person. So hard to see it online because everyone's monitors are different. But wow, these are so similar. And I might have ones that are very similar in another brand too. So maybe they'll have a sale on so you can get your card out and see if you can find it in another brand. If you have these cards, that's when it's so much easier to figure out what you're going to buy. But these are great. I like them. I've got, I think 3 different ones now. But it's good to have them. Instead of buying, a tube and then finding out you don't like that color. It's not at all like what you saw online. These blues are very similar too. And it could be that one will be more granular than the other. So you kind of have to look at that too, and how they dry might be different. This one's pretty. I love that color. It's more of a Prussian blue color. It's pretty. Purples. Another purple. Ultramarine violet. Oh, a little bit of contamination there. Oop. Move on to this one. That one dry. Some of them re-wet a little easier than others, but that one's very hard to re-wet. This one's pretty. More of a grayed down purple plum color. Is it permanent mauve? Oop. Let's have a dirty bucket side. I don't know if this is boring for you guys. Let me know, and I won't do it again. Kind of relaxing though, meditative. This one is very, very hard to re-wet. Wow. It's bright. This one's a little, oops, getting away from me. This one's hard to get going too. Wow. I don't want to do anything. That's crazy. Viridian. That's strange. I have viridian in other colors and I don't have a problem with them. That's strange. Let's see if I can go back. No, look at that. I wonder if it's got something on it. Doesn't want to. It's really hard to get going. This is why I like getting the dot cards, because you get to play with paint. See how they work. See, that one moves quite easily. That one does too. Pretty color. Another pretty color. And this one's a little bit temperamental. Just never know until you try them. So if you were looking for a good ochre, and this is one way of testing them. See how much they move, how dark they are, how opaque they are. This one moves like crazy. Wow. That one's a little bit harder to get going. Not as dark as I thought it would be. See, that one moves awesome. Very, very nice. It's not bad. A little bit. Now, whether they'll move more once they've had water sit on them for a while, I don't know. That's a pretty color. Be nice skin color. I like that. That one's nice too. Nice skin color. And that one too. That one really moves. Payne's gray. Nice Payne's gray. Natural tint. That one really moved. Wow. That's a lamp black. This one was ivory. That one moved quick. And that one is Mars black. I think this one's, what is it? Davies gray. Kind of hard to get going. It's almost on the green side. It's an odd shade. And Chinese white. It's a little bit greenish or grayish. It's hard to move though. All right. Let's see. Can you see that? Wow, more yellows. Yellows always seem to move nice. They push other colors away. I like them. It's transparent. New Gamboge. It's funny how some of them are just instant. Cadmium free yellow. It's nice. Windsor yellow deep. As you can see, the dot doesn't look at all like the paint once the water's gone on them. Indian yellow. I like Indian yellow. I use it a lot. Great color. Cadmium yellow deep. But as you can see, a lot of them are so similar. You kind of wonder why they even bothered making it. That one's really reactive. That was cadmium orange. This one is cadmium free orange. A Windsor red. It's more pinky to me. Rose door. It's kind of it's a pretty color. It would be a good color for skin because it's got almost peachy color in it. Be great color for skin. Can you tell I'm a portrait artist? I love doing portraits. I don't do very many online though, because they take so darn long to do. But if you're interested in that type of thing, let me know. Yeah, some of these carmines and reds, very, very close. So when I look at dot cards like this, if I'm thinking of getting a new brand, I probably would go along and find your basic primaries and make a warm and a cold for each one. So yellow, you'd find a yellow cold, which means a bit of green in it, and then a warmer tone one, which would be a little more on the orangey or red side. Then blue, the same, and yellow. And then you can make almost any color with those three. If you like more neons, if you use neons, then those you can't make. You have to buy those. The only other ones for starting out would be a raw umber, a magenta. If you like aqua or a phthalo blue is also nice to have. Ultramarine blue can be made. But if you use a lot of one color in particular, then get that color, because it's nothing more maddening than making a color and you run out of it and then it's almost impossible to get the exact color. So that's when I would buy more of that one particular color. You use a lot of that shade. Like I do a lot of portraits, so I would buy a lot of shades that are more on the pinky side, peach colors, some yellows, warm yellows, and some blues. Oops, I shouldn't have done that. I just contaminated that one. Oh well. Cerulean blue is very similar. There's cerulean blue red shade, and this is just cerulean blue. Or if you're a landscape artist, you like doing landscapes or flowers, maybe you want more blues and greens. If you don't want to make your own, pink would be another one to get. For flowers. I always look at a light and a dark in the colors too. Like, say, the green. This Payne's Perline green is a nice color to have for landscapes. And then you'd want sap greens and natural colored greens. I don't typically go for like this one here, the hooker's green. Not too many plants are that color. Now you can mix this. If you like mixing, that's the thing. You gotta find what you like to do. Find in watercolor, it's depending on landscapes or whatever, what type of style you paint in. It also depends on whether you would use certain colors. That one's a little bit harder to get going. That one's olive green. Like I said, you can make your greens. Just depends on whether you want to. If you use a lot of greens in your paintings, then I would splurge and get what you want. Like this one here, Terre yellow shade, Terre Verte. That's so weak. I wouldn't bother with it. Green gold. It's a good one. And this one is Naples yellow. It's a good opaque one. That moves quick. That one was Naples yellow deep. This one's yellow ochre light. So that doesn't move very much. But again, it's ochre light, so it's not going to give you a lot. That's brown madder is a good one. Potter's pink I use a lot of. It's a good one for skin tones and shading, lips, color, that type of thing. Perline maroon. Oh, that's a nice color. I like that. Very nice. Perline violet. That's a nice color. I like that. See, that could be used also in portrait. And this one too. Wow, this one moves a lot. That's Caput Mortem violet. Raw umber, burnt umber. Can always use those. Van Dyke brown I use a lot. Sepia. That's a good one too. It's great for animals and birds, that type of thing. That one is indigo. All right. So there's all the Winsor Newton ones. So you got a whole lot of reds and yellows, as you can see. But see how close they are? Like, really. These, they're so darn close. You don't need all of these. This one's a very different color. This is lemon yellow. That would be a good one. It's more on the green side. Then I would probably go with a cadmium yellow too, maybe. And then go into your warmer tones here, like New Gamboge, cadmium yellow, maybe warm yellow deep would be nice. So you just have to look at them and see which ones. But you absolutely don't need all of them, unless there's a certain color that is what you tend to use a lot of. So I guess that's it for me, and I hope you enjoyed the swatching. And you can probably find these at any art store, like Blick, or Canadian stores like Desires or Curry's, that type of thing, and or Jackson's Art would probably carry them also. So seek them out and see what you want by swatching these out first before you invest in a very expensive palette. It's always good to see what you like. And as far as these, really, really great price. And they are really nice. Look how a lot of them are very, very opaque. So I really am quite surprised. Very economical. Great carrying case. Open stock. Have their own lids. And extra big container, 50 mil. So awesome. So I'll let you guys go, and I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Hope you don't get storm stayed like I am. But I always look at storm stayed days as days I can art, because I can't go outside or go anywhere. So I'm going to stay in and art. All right. Have a fantastic day, everyone, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.